next time Ragnar has a son of a bitch to kill, make sure he's got a couple of brats first.
Probably. There we go. Apparently, I forgot to hit the start streaming button. So now we're streaming, so people missed the recap, but they can just go back and watch. But yes, the name Naharliothatep, those of you who are trained in lore
Yep.
can give me a lore roll.
Okay. What difficulty?
We'll call it difficulty 1. It is a fairly well-known name in certain circles.
I see.
All right. So you've heard that name. That name is it is. It's not something that's terribly common in Cimmeria. It is normally associated with Stygia and with the worship of Set.
Oh,
But he is, or it is, or she is, or whichever is known to be the possessor of 1,000 forms. They can literally appear as anything or anyone. And aside from being a outer dark being worshipped as a deity, it is also often referred to as a messenger, a precursor, or a harbinger.
Of doom.
Pretty much. It's also referred to as the living night or the infinite worm.
I will relay this to the others.
Well, I suppose we can't do anything about something we can't tell if it's a demon or not, because it could look like anything or anyone. I mean, all we can really do is blame Ragnar for starting the course of events here. Or we could blame the fella for being a dick and having to get dead. Either one.
Well, or most importantly, too, don't forget that after we solve this whole problem here, then we have to go kill an ice worm, right? That's how that works.
That
Right. I forgot all about that.
I just making sure that you don't forget your obligations, Captain.
Ice worm sounding like a delightful romp, really.
Yeah, compared to what we're looking at.
Right, because we drank too much. Isn't that how that started?
Pardon me, we'll do that.
I just don't believe, Captain, that you're quite ready for the kick of the mead.
It's fine.
Well, one thing at a time. Let's save the world again, and hopefully someone will pay us for it. No one's going to pay us for it. But either way, I mean, we're part of the world, so we gotta kind of have to save it, yeah?
Kind of hard to build a name for ourselves if don't have a world to ourselves.
I am curious, though, if this is a Stygian demon or devil or whatever the hell it is, what's it doing all the way up here?
No good, I suspect.
Well, I mean, Stygia is a long way from here. There must be a story there somewhere.
I mean, it's secluded up here.
Well, it probably depends on who, someone, what, and where.
Well, we're not going to get any closer to the coast until we get this thing done. So, might as well get on our way. Huh?
Sounds good.
So we've settled on going across the icy wastelands.
Why not?
So yes, the two avenues into Hyperborea that you guys are aware of. You can go basically cross the mountains into Cimmeria, and then from Cimmeria through what is called the Skull Gate into Hyperborea, which is a guarded, like fortress-like gate pass between Cimmeria and Hyperborea. The other option, and the slightly faster route, although no less dangerous, is to cross Asgard and then the mountains through something called the River of Death, which is very similar to, you know how at certain times of winter you can walk from Russia to Alaska across the Bering Strait?
Yeah.
It's that sort of thing. It was a river at one point in time that is pretty much now just perpetually frozen, and you can walk from Asgard to Hyperborea once you cross the mountains.
Skate.
Well, I mean, what do you guys think? I just assume take the fastest route. Not have to deal with a giant fuck off gate.
Well, I don't think the only positive I would see to maybe going through with Samaria is that we can, get what we need, patch things up, perhaps in a small city or town on the way. Well, we can always do that in Hyperborea, I suppose.
But can we get a skateboat?
I mean, you can certainly try to build one. Rory, you would be aware that the area of Samaria that you would need to travel through. My note here.
Let me guess, pretty desolate.
They were pretty nice, if I remember.
No, it's not desolate. I mean, it's northern Cimmeria, so it's kind of like being like northern Scotland, so it's a lot of like hilly, craggy area sort of thing. But it is the territory of the Dalkais tribe, who are fairly dour and harsh, even by Cimmerian standards, and very prone to violence against outsiders.
Right, practically Pictish then.
Yeah, I mean, they war with the Picts, but they're also a lot of them get taken as slaves by the Hyperboreans, so they are very untrusting of any outsiders.
Gotcha. Icy death it is then, huh?
That being said, like once you cross those mountains into Cimmeria, you would be out of the like unrelenting darkness for the time being. So you would actually have some variation in days and nights.
So what are the odds I can pull off building this ice boat?
You can. I mean, it would take you a couple of days to like gather the necessary material and kind of construct something together. I mean, you've been on a boat long enough and you're smart enough that you can kind of figure out how it would need to work. Take some like, kind of like old busted up swords or axes or something. Mimir's got like a shitload of junk just kicking around.
Yeah, we could use blades for runners. Have a couple spares. We could use I'm assuming there's a nice breeze that flows through here, so we can get a sail going, and we can have a body big enough to essentially hold us. There's not, like a big canoe.
Yep. And yeah, a breeze is not a problem at all. It's more the needing to make sure the sail is rugged enough to handle the gusts.
Well, we have a sailor that can do that.
So let's call this a. It'll be a craft roll. We'll say difficulty 4, but we'll consider it to be success at a cost, which means if you don't hit 4 successes, it will still work, but there will be issues.
Okay. Does anyone actually have the skill and can assist?
I believe I do. I don't have the skill.
I have sailing.
I'll let you assist with sailing. Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
I'll assist with sailing.
Yeah. That way, like Clytius can go. No. That probably should go there, and that sail should be like this.
Yeah, we need the arm to be able to swivel to catch the draft and that sort of thing.
Actually, don't have sailing.
And you're a captain. Huh.
Seems to me, I think you have 1 level in craft though.
Actually, I don't have any skills at all. I'm looking at the party token. Never mind.
Huh.
The party is so skillless.
It's like I was sure I had craft. Yes, I will assist with craft.
Excellent. So I got 2 assisters. I'm going to spend a fortune.
Okay. I'll remind you, everybody remember to reset your fortune.
Yep, that is good.
Everybody can re-roll because of Wise Veteran.
Yeah. Oh, Ragnar actually has craft as well.
Oh, good. Team effort.
Hey, cool.
I rerolled my failure into more failure.
Some reason, boundary.
So how's the assisting going?
Not well.
All right. So, how much doom do I give you for momentum?
It's 1 for 1.
All right. I'll give you 2, so get a 5 dice roll.
Okay.
We'll just put that in the doom column. Is that how it works?
Yes. And then it should automatically adjust my doom pool upwards.
Okay. This is the first time doing this. Learn something every day. All right, lads. Wish me luck.
Well, and you can re-roll a 20.
How?
Watch Veteran.
What?
Yeah.
I have a talent that lets you re-roll as long as I'm assisting.
Oh. Okay, so I can reroll because you're helping.
Yep.
Cool. Learn something more every day.
All sorts of new things.
Oh, I was worried one of that 20 was coming up again. But we made it.
It's all good.
Yeah. And Ragnar can roll to assist as well.
Yeah. Might gain a
Foundry was just being weird. I had to reload it.
Yeah, no worries.
Where is it? There it is. Adding anything to this? I don't think. I just. You
no,
want
you-
Yeah, just click the assist button.
assist. Assist button. I'm missing something.
When you click on the skill, there should be a checkbox for assist.
Oh,
Yeah,
found
that
it.
where you put your momentum in.
Cool. Like that.
And you can re-roll because of Karo.
I will. 'Cause that was sad.
Just no extra momentum.
It didn't help much.
So it's a lot of Rory getting this built despite everybody helping.
At the very least, we're very organized in our failures.
That's true. So yeah, you kind of like, okay, so if we take something like a canoe and then we like put some blades on it to the ice, and then a swinging boom arm for a sail, and so it takes you a couple of days of working on this. The whole time Mimir is just watching, just like kind of shaking his head. So like, oh, young people today. But at the end of a couple of days, you have something that looks,
Seaworthy.
well,
Iceworthy.
it looks like it will. It looks like it will enable you to traverse the ice at a good clip.
Yeah, I figure whatever time it would take us to build this thing, it would save us a lot in time.
Yeah. I would say strap in, but you're probably safer if you don't.
Probably, yes. Yeah, here's the reins, my friend. Take over.
So yeah, so at the end of a couple of days, you have this contraption made, big enough to basically everybody. Like it's a little bit wide for balance, so basically you can have like two people like side by side to kind of man the sails, in case you need to like shift it to one side or the other, and then one person operating the rudder, for lack of a better term.
Right.
But will my entourage fit on this?
Yes, yeah. It was
Yeah, cool.
It was built big enough to take everybody and their stuff.
So many of them are dead.
Only one of them died. Two of them died.
Well, a war canoe that you guys would be familiar with, especially Rory being familiar with, like a Pictish war canoe, seats I think 10.
Ooh.
So it's definitely along that lines of like a wide canoe, very angular. Clytius, as you're looking at it, you're pretty sure that if this thing catches like a strong gust of wind, it's gonna go possibly a little too fast.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Batten down the hatch.
Perfect. All right,
Well, we've done crazier things.
you have. All right.
Ooh.
So you guys stack up. You can gather some supplies from Mimir. We're not going to worry too much about tracking supplies, but if there's complications or something along the way, then things may get a little bit more dire.
Oh god, as long as the rum doesn't run out.
So he doesn't have any rum. He does have some ale.
Goddamn.
He has some ale, and he has some what looks like a almost like a spirit made from ale.
I see.
It is it's good fire starter.
Potent.
Yeah, you're pretty sure if you were to drink too much of it, you might go blind. But
Good.
he's more than happy to give you like a cask of that.
Sure.
Yeah.
If nothing else, Rory can break it down for components.
It's most of the way there already.
Yeah, it's already a component.
So.
Stick a fuse in it, you're done.
You just gotta find a way to light it, and you're good to go. But yeah, he lays in some supplies like some dried meats and dry firewood, sleeping furs, that sort of thing. there's a certain excitement about him. Like he hasn't seen a group of adventurers off on a quest in quite a long time. But there is that kind of element of like, it's been a long time. I hope you make up better than the last group did.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, you seem like fine people. Hope you don't die.
Great. Well,
I hope so
Let's-
too.
let's get this thing pushed to the edge and tip her over, shall we?
All right. And why doesn't Clytius give me a difficulty 2 sailing test?
Okay. Does this count as unfamiliar waters?
That's which talent is that? That's
That is Explorer.
I would say Explorer would help for this. Yes.
Excellent.
I'll give you the old assist there, Cladys.
Great.
Yeah, just making sure you two don't lose those shipborne skills.
Oh boy.
Oh my god.
Hooray!
Oh my god.
Here comes that gust of wind.
All right. So you can usually take this thing out onto the ice. Like you have to travel a little distance from Mimir's to get onto the actual like glacial bed. And Ragnar, you know that the so-called River of Death is like it's a little bit away, so you've got some time to kind of practice. And it's probably a good thing because as you get this thing down and you kind of like, lock everything into position, and everybody gets in, and you unfurl the sail. As you unfurl the sail, this tremendous gust of wind picks up and sends your ship just barreling over the ice. Like it is fast. Karo's hat goes all the way back there someplace. Things that whip around. Your face hurts from the cold wind hitting you and the tiny little ice pellets bouncing off. The good news is it seems to be fairly rugged. The bad news is you find that out as you kind of like launch off of like a little kind of mogul and catch air for a good 3 to 4 seconds before continuing on your perilous hell-bent for leather way. You finally come to rest when you kind of like hit an embankment, and you kind of it is a jarring stop,
To say the least.
which thankfully nobody seems to take any damage from.
Woohoo!
Fluffy snowbank.
Yeah. But yeah, that was something. You're not entirely sure where you are.
Excellent.
Good crash test. I like it.
Did anything survive?
Yes, everything survived.
Oh, good. Let's go again.
It was a fluffy snowman.
Well, maybe we should keep maybe not full sails going next time. We'll ease into it a little.
I think the wind said no.
Clearly, it's not like a boat.
I don't know what you're talking about. Everybody's still alive.
They're
We're
currently
doing great.
in a wind-powered toboggan boat.
Well, I can't wait till we get back to the seas.
Everybody, actually, who's got the best observation?
Claudius, I think.
I believe so.
Got 13.
Beats my 11.
And
Okay, Clytius, you can give me a observation roll.
Okie dokie.
Yeah.
There we go. 3 successes.
All right. One second. Ooh, that was.
That's not good.
Meanwhile, while you're digging the ship with the snowman,
Yep. So yeah. So while you're kind of dipping dragging the ship out and kind of looking back over the mogul that you hit and the rocks that you narrowly avoided, get 3 successes.
Oof.
So to the rest of you that are looking on, it looks like the darkness reaches out and kind of grabs Clytius. That is going to be 6 damage to your left leg.
Okay. I will receive 3 of those damages.
Okay. That is also going to be 6 mental damage.
I will receive 1 of those damages.
Okay.
I can protect you for 4. 4 dice, anyway.
Perfect. Yeah, that's 2. 2's enough. So yeah, just this fear as the darkness seems to come alive and grab you, kind of wrap around you.
Right. Very calmly, Clytius is like, Captain, we have a problem.
And
can,
you are also
can,
grappled unless you want to give me 3 doom.
can he still use his shield?
Clytius doesn't carry a shield.
Clytius doesn't have a shield, and he didn't see it coming.
Oh, okay. Well, fair enough.
No,
Remember
go ahead and
yourself.
grapple me.
It's shield.
Okay.
Well, at least we know where it is.
All right. Initiative starts with you guys. And as you guys look, you just see this like inky black tentacle kind of wrapped around Clytius's leg. It's not slick looking or moist or anything. It's actually kind of like a matte black color, but it is definitely just like the darkness itself is wrapped around his leg.
I would like to break free.
Does that darkness lead off anywhere? Or
Outside your torchlight.
which direction? Like, can we see where the tentacle's going, kind of deal? Okay, up this way.
Clytius, you can make free with an athletics or acrobatics difficulty 3.
I will try athletics, please.
Okay.
One success will be 4 successes.
All right. So you just kind of put your back into it. You pull your leg free, and there's this kind of sucking sound. You're pretty sure that whatever that tentacle thing was that grabbed you had like suckers on the inside.
Gotcha.
And you do pull yourself free, but you do kind of fall prone as a result due to the complication.
Okay.
Well, you still have another action, so you can stand up.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
What would the rest of you like to do?
I'm gonna throw my torch over here-ish.
Okay.
Basically, just moving the light source. Don't see the thing, eh?
Just give me 1 sec.
Okay.
So you see this creature kind of rear up, and it's kind of coiled on like a sinewy tail that's kind of pulling back. Obviously, the tail is what whipped out and grabbed Clytius. It has 2 large bat wings. You can't really make out any other features because basically the way you're seeing it, not so much because the light is illuminating it, but because it is absorbing an area of the light, almost like a living shadow.
Lovely.
But it is enough for everybody to give me a difficulty 1 discipline test.
Boys, the 20s are coming up today.
If you've got courageous, Zach, you can reroll.
Feast or famine over here.
Sweet.
From double 20s to 2 momentum.
Better than a complication.
Yep.
Discipline, you said?
Yep, difficulty 1 discipline. Alright. So you guys manage to stand your ground as this thing gets unveiled. And it kind of like, as it opens its mouth, you can see its glistening fangs against the shadow of black. But you can only see, its quote unquote head and stuff as it moves. Like if it's looking at you direct on, it all just fades in because of that matte black light absorbing skin.
Fire doesn't care.
But Ragnar and Karo are up.
Did I lose
Oh,
my
I-
clue?
No, I threw my torch, right? So
Oh, right. Rory and Ragnar.
I shall light it on fire so that people can see it.
Okay.
it up.
Alrighty, well, we don't have the area here, so I'm going to use my level 2, which is 4 damage, incendiary 3, and spread.
Okay. It will spend a doom to dodge.
Meaning?
Basically, it'll be contested. However many successes you get on your attack versus however many it gets on its defense.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Oof.
I see. I'm gonna take some momentum, lads.
Go for it.
I'll spend 3 in hopes of getting some back. Gonna roll the 20.
Okay.
You got him.
Yep, you do hit him. Ties go to you guys.
Woo! Alright, 4 dice of fun.
Four, and spread twice. So
Nice.
And incinerary.
yep, and it'll be on fire.
Something's burning. I bet this thing would smell weird as it burns.
Trying real hard not to smell it. If that's
Yeah.
if that's a factor.
Yeah. So it does light up, and it does seem to catch on fire, and it lets out this like horrifying shriek, and the smell is just sort of like it just smells like just burning garbage and flesh, and
Cigarette butts and old tires.
yeah, it just like assaults your senses.
Ugh. Now it can easily be seen.
Yeah. Ragnar, you're up.
I think he's AFK. Grabbing
Oh.
some food or something.
Okay.
Probably safe to say that him and his entourage are going to go smash that thing.
It's probably safe.
Uh-huh. I have merely lit the way.
Ooh, good rolls from his entourage.
Yeah, I think we've already concluded that these ones are the ones that choose life.
My turn.
Yep, you're up.
That's good. So, remind me, I believe 2 of my entourage died last time, but then, or not last time, before that, how Katla joined my entourage?
Yes. So I think you've got.
But I have.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's. I guess we'll farm up on it, Blood Wall style, and try it into death.
Okay.
Add into the bonus.
I already rolled for them, so.
Oh, cool.
So that is a total of 5 successes. So that'll give you 4 momentum.
I'll put 2 in the pool at the moment, 2 into damage.
Okay.
See what happens.
Oof.
I will roll this. Shot.
So that's going to be 9 damage.
Does it get?
And the axe has vicious, so 10, 11, 12.
Hold on.
That is enough to dissipate this thing.
Hey.
So as you and your people kind of surround it and kind of like hack at it, it seems largely made up of shadow stuff. Like your swords are passing right through it for the most part, until you kind of find kind of the center of mass, as it were, to strike at, and you hit something like kind of solid and kind of, it has give to it. It's like hitting a like a wet rotten tree. And then this thing just kind of melts into a puddle of like darkness and like black ichor, just like laying on the ground, kind of bubbling faintly.
Ugh.
This thing is gross.
The hell was that?
Well, Shadow Snake?
The natives, it seems, are restless.
Well, I think we should get the hell out of here. Before his friend show up.
Aye. Best to get moving. There might be more.
Right. Back to pulling the skate wagon out of the snowdrift.
Rory, you can give me a lore roll.
Okay. Difficulty?
Difficulty on this would be 2.
Okay. I'm going to take a little momentum because I'd like to know what I'm about to know.
Oh, nice. So you have 1 momentum if you have any questions. So you remember when you were studying with Zahibi, one of the various books and texts that you guys read, some of the ones that Tebian had acquired over time, you recognize that as what's called a hunting horror. It is a creature of the outer dark. It is not native to this world. Used primarily at the behest of various evil cults, mortal sorcerers. They are able to track and hunt any being, no matter where they hide. They are loathsome polypious creatures whose bodies that stretch, grow, and alter according to whims, and whose only fixed characteristic is great bat-like wings. They are dull black in color, absorbing most light that falls upon them and making them all but invisible in darkness. So this is not something that happened upon you by chance.
All right. I guess if okay. If I spend the momentum, is there any way I can know who sent it?
Not specifically, but they are tied to cults that worship Naharliototep.
Okay. But what I would like to do is spend that momentum generated to the question will be, is it dead?
It is dismissed.
All right, so it shouldn't be following us anymore.
Correct. You can't say for certain whether a creature such as this is ever truly dead, but it is no longer bound to this plane.
Good. Well, lads, this thing was sent to hunt us.
By
Good.
Aye, well, that would be the million-dollar question now, wouldn't it? Um, there's no real way of knowing except that these things are usually, you know, hunters sent by cults or whatever. So I suspect there might be a cult that is forming around the thing that got freed, perhaps. Minions. Somebody sent something.
well, how would it know anything about us?
Well, it's a hunter. That's um, kind of similar to just simply saying, let's say you give it a bloodhound the scent of the something that it's got to try to track down, and eventually it tracks it down. That's kind of what these things are. Except, well, they're killing machines too.
Well, yes, I understand the concept, but how would the cult know about us? Have we interacted with them directly?
Oh, I don't know. Have we pissed anybody off lately?
Probably, but
It's kind of what we do.
My suggestion is probably there's a litany of potentials who could have sent this thing, but clearly it's trying to stop us on whatever we're doing. So maybe it has something to do with the binding.
perhaps. Either way, we should get the hell out of here, like I said.
Aye, it is.
Maybe get a few more torches set up on this boat.
And I think to myself, I wonder if that followed us out of the pass.
That's like Carol's like, these people shouldn't know anything about us.
Yeah. My brain's just kind of turning it over, going, yeah, something happened when we're, obscured going through the pass and not being killed, and I'm wondering maybe this was it.
So you managed to get your ice boat resituated, kind of like straighten out a few little things here and there. Looks like it is good to go. So you set off once again, and this time you're a little bit more careful, realizing how quickly this thing picks up speed. Like it, I mean, Clytius, you're used to a boat. A boat is big. A boat has some weight to it. It takes time for it to pick up speed. Like this tiny little thing, yeah. Now you know that you need to be a little bit more watchful.
Well, this time we have a momentum to spend, so I'm happy.
But you kick it off into gear, and yeah, you do make good time. I will get a sailing wheel just in case.
I mean, it's not perfect, but
Well, you get rerolls too if you need it.
well, sure, why not? We haven't got any 20s yet. Oh, looks like we got 3 total.
All right. So yeah, between you and Caro, you do manage to get this rig figured out. It's a lot of like, if you pull like a sharp corner, you need to actually get the people on the boat to lean the opposite way, sort of thing, so that the whole thing doesn't capsize.
Right.
It's a lot like piloting like a catamaran.
Yeah.
So once you kind of get the hang of it, it's pretty smooth sailing. You make very good time. Rory's Rory's idea that if we take a day or two to make this, we'll we'll easily make up that time. And prove to be accurate. Like you guys are zipping along at a fast clip, enabling you to bypass some things that might otherwise slow you down. Like you see some of those white bears off in the distance that might have been a threat if you weren't zipping by them so quickly. That sort of thing.
You're a genius, Rory.
Oh, thank you, Captain. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I thought you were just crazy. But ski boat, I suppose, is a thing.
All right, well, just
I'd be
happy
a
to
creep.
get you back on a boat.
So you make your way. Said after a couple of days, you kind of get to the hospitable part of traveling through the Northlands. And ahead of you, you see just this expanse of just like cracked ice and jutting up ice structures and cliffs and crevices and chasms. All of this like very clear, like blue-white ice.
Take it we've reached shore.
This is the start of the River of Death.
Oh, so we have to look for a way to access it somewhat safely.
Yep. And you can easily get down onto this kind of like frozen over sea. Getting down to it's not difficult at all. It's the fact that it is long, treacherous with like strongly gusting winds. Deep, possibly even bottomless caverns. Tall, like mountainous, like fjords and icebergs. It's like an ice encrusted hellscape.
So the boat's not going to be able to travel.
The boat will be able to travel it, but it will take some skill.
Hey, we got some skill.
We have some skill.
So,
Yeah, and there's like fortune points.
Yeah, we could try one of those.
well, I assume if we take it slow enough, we should be able to navigate our way through.
Oh, I would think. Just means we have to be a bit more careful, but I mean, that's why we built the boat. It wasn't just for that journey, it was for this one.
Well, I've never hit an iceberg yet. Let's not make today the first time.
So I will get. It is going to be a difficulty 4 sailing test.
Oof.
Okay. Reduced to 3. Because it's somewhere new and fascinating.
Fortune favors the bold.
Yeah, I think so. We'll spend a momentum, a fortune.
Yeah, there's 2 momentum too, so fortune and momentum you gain some.
Nicely done.
Oh,
There
very
we
nice.
go.
Look
7
at that
successes.
level right there.
So you set off, and it is it is a rough go. It's like sailing a very rough sea if all of the waves were frozen in place. So it is. There's a lot of kind of squeezing through narrow places and knowing when you need to crest over a wave and when you need to find a way to go around it. Um, your sailing skills are surprisingly transferable.
Excellent.
And
Lots of lean, duck.
and travel is without incident.
Wow.
Until after probably towards the end of the day, because I mean you're making a really good time with this ice boat. You come to what looks like an enormous ice cliff. There does not seem to be any easy way around unless you take considerable time to go looking. But it is like you look up and it disappears out of sight in the darkness.
All right. So there's no discernible way, like we can't even see the other side.
No, it is like a sheer cliff wall. You figured this is probably the mountain range that leads into Hyperborea, so Hyperborea is probably on the other side of this.
Right, gotcha.
How the hell are we going to get past this thing?
Can we turn the sail into a parachute?
Won't help you when you're here on the ground, but
It's a wall going up, right, Chris? Not a cliff going down.
it is a cliff going up.
Oh, it's a cliff going up. Oh, okay.
Yep.
Sorry, I misunderstood.
I can't even see the top of the damn thing.
I thought we were supposed to be at the top of the world. How is it even higher?
I don't suppose anyone actually knows anything about this place. Is there a pass or something?
I think on it a bit.
Well, if there is a pass, we could pick a direction.
There
Go
would
along the wall.
Yeah, there would have to be a pass someplace because Hyperborea raids into Asgard for slaves all the time. As to where that pass may be, I don't know.
Oh, I have lore and momentum and willing to spend things. What
Yeah,
would the difficulty on that?
unfortunately, the best lore would tell you is that there is a path. You would be very well aware of the Skull Gate leading from Cimmeria into Hyperborea, and you surmise there is something similar because they have to be able to get across to raid. But whether it's north or south along the mountains from where you are now, you have no way of knowing.
I don't have to make an educated guess. I'd say it's probably towards the south.
It's good enough for me.
Well, I prefer going south anyway. It feels like it's downhill, as they say.
Fine. Well, probably the best we can do is head along the southern skirt of this cliff face until something either opens up or we reach the mountains to Samaria.
We might get lucky, and maybe some of them Hyperborean people will be doing a raid, and we can ask them.
Oh, you never know. We might see a party out in the boat.
Right. So we'll head starboard and
Heading down towards following the mountains to the south.
yes.
Seems the more sensible track. That way we can take advantage of, our ice thing.
Give me observation roll there, Clytius.
Okay.
Make sure you spend love on it.
I gotta reroll. Good, good. 2 successes and a complication.
So after traveling southish for probably about 50 or 60 miles, I mean, you guys do have to like stop and set up a camp and then continue on when you get up. But you see what looks like a small encampment, and then you kind of look past it and you can see what looks like at least the entrance to a pass. You don't know if it goes all the way through or not, but you see the entrance to a pass.
And an encampment.
Yeah, and they're just like packing up, getting ready to head out.
Who do they look like?
And you can spend momentum if you would like.
I've got one free one.
All right. They like Hyperborean slavers.
Oh. Well, I'll let everyone know about that.
Well, I wouldn't mind having a conversation with these fine folk down there.
Cool.
I get along with just about everyone, but I am not a fan of slavers.
Well, before it turns bad, see if they have any rum.
Can we tell how many there are?
There's probably about a dozen or so.
Take our odds here.
All right. So what are you guys doing?
Hello?
Well, I think we should just sneak up on these fuckers and have a chat, nice and close and personal.
Sounds good to me.
Sure.
Perhaps convince them of the error of their ways.
Is it a group stealth test or?
You cannot sneak up on them due to the fact that you got a complication.
Oh, good.
Well, we
In
might
that
as
case,
well
we'll
just
sneak up the old-fashioned way.
with a boat.
You alright, Zach?
I don't know.
In and out.
Hear me there.
Yeah, I hear you.
We can hear you.
Headset keeps out.
Weird.
Like 1 second it works, then suddenly mic's gone for a bit, then suddenly I can't hear you, then good at the moment.
Do you want to try to reboot or?
If it happens again, I will try to reboot. But it seems to be working. So, fingers crossed. Is this?
Well, we're gonna go kill some slavers.
I'm down. Let's convince them of their ways with.
Did you want to talk to them first, Captain? Or?
Well, I suppose.
Aye, get a little information out of them, make sure that's a full through pass.
I mean, my instinct was just to drive the boat up in the midst of them and speak to whoever survives the first little barrage.
I mean, sure. But we could do it that way if you want.
Glacial battery. Oh,
So nice and intimidating, gotcha.
Well, I've never charged someone with a boat before.
Well, there you go. Perfect opportunity then.
All right. So there's a small group of them. It looks like they're just kind of breaking camp. As you start coming in, taking a look. So what's your guys' plan?
We're gonna drive up to them.
Up to or through?
Through.
we are attempting to engage in unconventional vehicular homicide.
All right.
I mean,
glacial battery.
So let's call that a sailing test.
It's kind of like a drive-by.
Very
Ragnar's
aggressive
sitting up there.
test.
Ragnar's sitting up there, getting ready to swing an axe at the first one that comes by the side. If we miss one, like it's like he's leaning his head out, like leaning out the window, trying to add a mailbox.
Yeah. We got four. We got 4 hits.
Why don't you roll? Let's call it 4 dice with knockdown.
Yeah, it's not bad. 5 damage, 1 knockdown.
All right. So you come swinging, you slam into, like, you knock one guy prone, a couple others like scatter out of the way. I will spend Doom to interrupt. So this guy kind of bellows out. He's like, "Southerners!"
Wait, didn't we come from the north?
You guys are south of here. He obviously recognizes that you guys are not Asgardians or Cimmerians or anything of that nature.
Oh, really? Gotcha. Was it the ice boat that gave us away?
And this guy just comes. He comes bounding with a great axe.
Come on, I'm a Cimmerian.
That just means you're his usual prey.
And he is going to he's going to swing hard at Karo, and he's going to give himself 3 bonus momentum.
Oof.
Oh, I am going to try to, I guess, parry, right?
Okay.
Which I could do for free with my shield.
Is Caro currently entouraged up with Ragnar, or is it separate?
It's separate because you guys are all in the vehicle.
That's right. Yeah.
I spent a fortune on this.
Trying to get him his all shield. His large shield.
Oh God. Momentum. There's no way I'm going to block this, but oh, it'll be more than 3. Okay.
So that's going to give him 3. Oh, that's not good.
It's bad. Very, very bad.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to your left leg.
Shield blocks 2, I think.
Shield blocks 2 dice worth.
Yeah. Oh God.
And you can roll 3 dice. We'll say 4 dice because of the fact that you're in the vehicle and he's kind of swinging over the vehicle.
Oh my god.
Inconceivable.
You're destined for a peg leg.
Can you spend a momentum and reroll the blanks?
No, that's only for damage.
Go.
How much?
10.
10. I'll sacrifice the shield to only take 1 wound.
And then a second wound because it's intense.
God, and then a 3rd wound because that takes all my vigor.
So he hits you for 10. How much?
Wait.
How much does your armor soak?
0.
All right. So that's more than 5. So that's a wound.
That's the wound that you prevent.
So he prevents that, but because his vigor is down to 0,
It takes a wound.
that's a wound, and then intense gives you a second wound.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
So you're saying we would have to stitch his leg back on.
And you are knocked down unless you want to give me 4 doom.
No.
Okay.
Being at the bottom of this boat is a great place to be.
Okay. So this sort of just comes bounding on the ice and just like frothing at the mouth, just like Southerners, and swings this great axe and damn near takes Carl's leg off in a single hit. You guys are up. Just as a note, anybody who attacks that berserker, the one by your boat, gets 3 bonus momentum on their attacks.
Yeah, Ragnar immediately is going to call out to his entourage, protect the captain.
Okay.
And would like to engage with the berserker.
Okay.
Almost berserker. Almost. Knows how to.
There's another one up.
Chooses not. You said bonus momentum.
Yes, there are 3 bonus momentum.
I love it.
That is a solid hit for 6. 3 momentum from that plus 3 bonus momentum. So you have 6 momentum. The 3 bonus cannot be saved into the pool.
Okay, so I'm going to use 3 on damage then.
Okay.
All of the things.
Oh.
Yeesh.
It's getting spicy.
So that is 4, 5,
That's
10,
14, I think.
14 plus the 3, 17.
And
Yeah.
is it worth it to Blood on Steel, or is he dead?
Oh, he's already dead.
Excellent.
He thought he was tough with his 11 vigor.
Ignore just hits hard.
All right. I guess I'll start working on one of the groups of minions.
Okay.
Just the
Might as well
Yeah,
be these
he's
ones here.
Well, I mean, you don't spend momentum too and take an extra attack, right?
Oh, go ahead if you want. Don't let me stop you.
Oh, no. I was saying for you, if you wanted to, you don't even have to choose. You can just spend momentum at the end and take another one.
Did Ragnar want to spend any momentum to swing again?
I don't think he can reach anybody where he's at.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, probably not. He can't.
No, like
Okie dokie.
good with just that display of.
you see, like
Yeah.
he has his martial prowess as he takes on 2 groups of minions.
Well, I probably won't kill them all, but hopefully a couple.
It's in the herd.
Just make it look really cool.
So that's 3 momentum above the cap.
All right, we'll put that in damage. Reroll the 2 blanks.
Oof.
Right, that's going to be 6, 9, and 4 is 13.
13. So, just curious.
I'll put it in 2 momentum if that kills another one.
2 will not quite kill another one. You need 3 to kill another one.
Sounds good.
There. And I'm not sure. You guys should see at the bottom of the minions. Is there a bar that now says 2 out of 5?
Yeah.
Perfect. I picked up it's a module called Bar Brawl. So I can set the bars to whatever I want. So now they're actually, you guys should be able to see how many minions are in the group.
Awesome.
Only on some of them.
The ones that are minions. I think.
Yeah, the ones that are minions.
What about Slave Taker 1, 2, and 3?
They are toughened.
Oh, okay.
All right.
But they're individuals.
They are individuals.
Right. I'll spend 2 momentum to swing the axe again.
Okay.
And 1 to get that blade going.
Okay. Okay. That generates 1 momentum.
Yep. And I'm swinging at the other group, by the way.
The other group. Okay.
Reroll 1 blank. All right. So that'll be 7 physical, 10. 10 damage.
What would Blood on Steel do for you?
I could spend 1 for 3 more damage. Does that make a difference, Chris?
Yeah, it would kill another one.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So you jump up there, battle axe swinging, and like drop like
6 guys.
6 guys.
There you go.
Well, for my lovely turn, I'm going to get out an area bomb, and I'm going to aim for the top slave taker 3.
Okay.
Hopefully it spreads down the line. Consult my wares. All right, I'm going to dip into the bag. We're going to grab level 4. And that's going to be 4 damage with area, fearsome, and incendiary 3.
Okay. If it's area, you're better off because where Slave Taker 3 is, that's a separate area from where you guys are.
Oh, I didn't. Sorry, missed that. I thought he was all
Yeah.
in the same zone. So basically, 1 then, and hope to get 1, 2, and minions.
Gotcha. Yep.
I mean, the yellow lines are kind of like.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm a half blind some days. It was the whole yellow
That's all
merging
right.
in with the gray thing.
It's alright, though.
All right, if you lads don't mind, I'm going to take that last 3 momentum to make sure this is a really good hit.
Go
Let 'em
for
up.
it.
I'm pretty sure I might generate some.
That will generate you 3 momentum.
Actually, I'm going to be greedy. I'm going to try to reroll the 15. Now, of course, I'll roll the 20.
Oh God.
Oh. All right.
You know, it doesn't have to listen to me. I'm just saying.
It's fine.
No,
It's only explosives. How bad can it
it's
be?
drizzling fire somewhere. Who knows? Maybe we're on thin ice.
Shh, shh, shh.
All right. But that is a hit and does generate you 3 momentum.
Okie dokie. I don't have to decide what I do with the momentum until I roll my damage, right?
Correct.
Okay. Let's have a look.
Oh,
Nicely done.
it's
Well, that's what, 3 effects?
3 damage, 3 effects. So you can hit him, and then 3 other targets. So you can hit Slave Taker 2 and both groups of minions as well.
Okay. So probably taking 2 to bump it up to 5 damage makes more sense because potential for wounds.
Probably want to pump it up to 6 damage, just in case they have any armor.
All right, I'll spend the 3 then. And make them burn.
So this explosion goes off. You see, like the slavers are like they're running around. You know, hair's on fire, flesh is melting. One of the guys in front of your boat kind of falls on the bow. One of the guys over there by Carl kind of like flops over to the side. Basically, there's one guy left in each of those minion groups.
Mhm.
But as they do, you guys do all hear a cracking sound underneath you.
Oops.
And the heat around you guys is intense. Karo, you're up, I believe.
Okay. Did the entourage form a squad with me?
They did.
Standing up counts as a move action, yes?
It does.
So I can't get out of the boat.
Nope.
Okay.
Unless you don't want to stand and want to crawl out of the boat.
Hang on.
I think I want to stay in the boat because, in theory, there's water under us, and it is a canoe.
Hoping it floats.
Fair. I mean, it was designed that way.
Yeah, so I will stand.
Okay.
And I am going to bellow out that they can surrender now or all die. And I'll use heed my words.
Okay.
As soon as I find it, there it is. And we have momentum, eh?
No, Rory spent that on damage.
All right. Why did that not give me my bonus dice?
Did you put it under bonus dice?
I did, under bonus momentum.
It's not bonus momentum, it's bonus dice.
Bonus dice. . 16s are hits.
Right.
I'll reroll 18. So that should be what? 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, I don't know why it's not saying. Because you're using society, right? No, you're using command.
Command, yeah.
15 is your. So that's why it's not kind of the 16s.
Oh, I thought it was 16.
Nope, 15.
It is 15. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep. Okay. So that will give you 3 momentum.
Do the damage. Um, 3 momentum I can put into, I guess, damage.
Okay.
I'll spend 2. We'll keep 1 in the pool.
Okay. So that'll be 11 damage.
Piercing 2, 4, 6.
Yep, the piercing won't matter. All right.
And that's area as well. Area stuff.
Perfect. And 3 is enough to hit all of them. All right. So you kind of yell out, and they kind of like take it back, and they like take like a step back, and as they do, like ice like cracks under their foot, and they like sink beneath the surface.
Right. Trim the sails. Prepare to cast off. We are getting out of here. Do I need to make a sailing test to get us moving before we sink?
Well, it's the bad guy's turn.
Oh, okay.
But they're gonna move back on their little island, and just kind of like, wait for you guys to sink, perhaps. Back around to you guys. And the ice is cracking immensely around you now. Like as those folks took steps back and like fell, and the fires from Rory's alchemical stuff continues to burn and melt. Flames are starting to lick at the hull of your ice boat as well.
Yep, time to get the hell out of here.
You could turn it around and go up to the top of their little island.
Sure, but we're leaving this place.
Yeah, that way we wouldn't have to try to drive through the fire.
All right. So where would you like to move to?
I imagine like a lazy circle around this island and like come in the other side.
Okay.
Maybe get her up on a couple of skis at one point. Bring it back down.
All right. What would the rest of you like to do?
I'm going to Steely Glare. This guy here.
Okay.
And once again, give them the option to surrender. So this should be bonus D20, right?
Yep.
This one's Persuade.
By the way, you still have the option to surrender. It's a limited time option.
For moment. And that one's just done. Piercing 246. If it matters.
Okay. So yeah, he kind of looks at to you for a sec. He kind of nods. That would leave us with Ragnar and Rory.
Understanding. Ricky, shoot the frothy mouth one. He's not gonna come quietly.
Oh, nope, that is a miss. Twang. Fuck.
Buddy, to
Another
work
potion.
on this.
Well, I can use a personal burning device upon the berserker.
Berserker on fire. That is a spectacle. But
That's a thing. So we have momentum to use.
Yes, there are 4.
Now, difficulty is 2 for this when crossing along.
Yes.
I will take 2 momentum. I will use again my level 2 because it's the usual. Reroll the 20.
It's been a lot of 20s this game.
Yeah, it's almost
Yeah.
50 for playing D&D.
watch next D&D game we won't have any. They've all been used.
3 successes, which is good.
Yep, that is a hit.
Yep. And I'll roll my 40. It's the usual. So incendiary 3 and spread 1.
Okay. It's 1, 2, 3 damage. You could spend a momentum to re-roll the 2 blanks if you wanted.
Yeah, I think I'll do that. I did generate one. So reroll 2.
Yep.
It was meant to be.
But he is on fire.
Cool.
Something tells me he's not going to care that much.
All right. Was Ragnar doing anything or just telling your guy to fire?
Might as well take a shot at him.
Okay.
I have it. Might as well.
Light a man on fire and he'll be warm for the rest of his life.
Touch. And do we get the bonus momentum on him, or did he not do it?
No, because he hasn't berserked yet. But that is a hit. What's the range on your bow?
It's a hunting bow.
So close range. So 1 momentum.
On momentum. Use 2 momentum.
Right. Does your bow have piercing?
No. Just all I see is. Oh, yeah. Volley on.
Okay. All right. His turn. He is going to froth at the mouth, and he's going to take his great axe.
Hopping on board, huh?
He is jumping in amongst the midst of you. He's going to swing at Clytius.
Might want to parry that thing.
And a Berserk Fury. So Clytius, would you like to parry?
I've seen my parry skill, and no thanks.
All right. Then he is going to hit. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage to your right arm.
8 will take it down to 5, which is not enough for a wound on Clytius.
Okay.
Shield.
Nope, just arm.
He's so buff. Just a
He's
scratch.
huge.
The slave taker. What'll he do?
Yeah, I was looking at my talents the other day, and I'm like, yeah, I have 6 talents in resistance.
Yeah.
Wow.
In Tony's game, I just picked up my 10th melee talent. I couldn't resist headbutting people with dirty tricks.
Let's look at that one.
All right. So he is going to.
He's stunned, by the way.
Oh yeah, that's right. He is stunned. He's not going to do anything. Back around to you guys. Your canoe is rocking mightily as this berserker kind of rampages around.
Oh, Ragnar, kill him.
Until the start of his next turn, everybody gets 3 bonus momentum on attacks against him.
I'll go ahead
Finish
and take a swing at him if Ragnar
Okay.
doesn't.
I mean, he's already burned. So.
I'll give Claudius this one. Fun, my guy.
We'll say he's kind of standing in the middle of you. I just can't put him in a not square.
Sure. So I'll spend 1 to get 2 and
Okay.
3 bonus momentum.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yeah, that is not 20. Yeah.
Jeez.
But that is 6 successes, so that's 5 momentum. So you have 8 momentum, 3 of which cannot be banked.
All right. Well, I'll spend the 3 on damage.
Ooh.
And I'll reroll 3 blanks.
You might be better off spending 1 momentum to reroll all the blanks.
Yeah, that's probably fair. Let's do that.
Just because you
God,
can,
okay.
because you can only reroll dice once, right?
That's true. We'll spend 1 more for Blood on Steel.
Okay.
That way, that'll be 10 damage.
Okay. To be 13 because you spent the extra
Right.
3 on damage.
13, yeah. Gotcha.
Alright, 13. That is enough to cut through that berserker.
Awesome.
So yeah, he's like frothing at the mouth, just kind of thrashing about, and you wait till he's looking kind of away from you, and you bring your battle axe down like through his shoulder blade deep into his rib cage, and then just kind of kick him off your boat.
Yeah, he almost made me bleed my own blood.
Right. That leaves Karo, Ragnar, and Rory. And, the slave taker who is... No, it was the berserker that was on fire.
Yeah, I'm going to try to convince this guy not to get himself dead.
Yeah. He was already like in the process of surrendering, so...
Yeah, so... Yeah. Steely glare if I need it. Otherwise, we'll just let him give up.
Yep. He like holds his hands up. He's like, oh. Muttering away in Hyperborean.
Ragnar will disembark, just put him down on his knees for questioning.
Does anybody speak Hyperborean?
I've got linguistics 1.
You can make a linguistics roll.
All right. Hey!
So you do you get that he's speaking Hyperborean. You catch a few words that you've heard a fair amount of times in various ports and stuff. So you can pick out that these guys are definitely slavers. You think they were probably like on their way to like raid some of the Asgardian nomad camps.
Gotcha.
Other than that, if there's anything in particular you want to know, you do have 1 momentum plus 6 in the pool for questions.
We need to know where they came from, right?
Well, more importantly, if that potential pass goes all the way through.
Yeah. Yeah. Where did you come through?
Where did you come from? Where did you go?
You can,
Well, they already told us where he was going.
he kind of looks at you, says, "Pass." and like very like heavily accented Asgardian.
Yeah. Well, I mean, did he point to it?
He did.
Oh, good. All right. I think we're done here, aren't we? Or...
I think so.
I wonder if his Sumerian's better.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll try our languages.
Yeah, he speaks Hyperborean and a small smattering of Asgardian and Sumerian, but not enough to actually converse in.
Okay.
What does commanding men give me? Speak in such a way that even those who do not know or fully understand your language recognize your charisma and persuasive abilities. I can substitute command for linguistics or persuasion tests.
Yeah. So yeah, you don't actually understand what he's saying. They just get through your bearing and stuff that you're like telling them to surrender or whichever.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It,
All right, do you think you could stitch this up while we have a moment?
I don't want you to lose your leg.
Captain. What are we gonna do with him?
I'm half tempted to send him off into Asgard, see how far he goes, but well, it's up to you.
Well, if we're taking a moment, I'm going to go ransack their supplies.
okay.
Oh, lads, take your time. Stitching these things up, this is going to take a smidge of time.
Make sure our boat's not sinking again, and
Put the
hop
fire
out
out.
and take a look around. A quick little ransack of their camp.
Yeah, they have supplies, so enough for you guys to continue on your journey, sort of thing.
Yeah, waste not, want not.
And let's see.
I'd say Ragnar could take him as a soldier, but I don't think we're recruiting slavers.
No.
I'm more than likely to put an axe in the.
Although I would say probably leaving him out here by himself is probably enough to make sure he dies off by something. Okay, now let's get working on the captain. We got lots of momentum, so like,
They're done. If you want to record, you guys, you do find like some good quality sleeping furs. Some various assorted odds and sods here and there, all total like 3 gold worth of like sellable wares.
Excellent. Any chance we can get the captain some armored pants?
I believe the Berserker may actually have armor.
Any of these guys have a shield?
No, none of them have shields.
It's not how they roll.
But there is a set of brigandine.
There you go, Captain. Armor. It comes in pants.
Brigadier
Heroes.
trousers. Okay, I'll take those.
Yeah,
Plus 2 armor.
at least some top armor, didn't you? I think at least reinforced the centerpiece, if not more for it.
Yeah, my captain's garb is reinforced. Yeah.
Yeah, just doesn't protect his legs.
There you go. Pants.
Yep, see, we can fix that.
Awesome.
Chris won't let me drink that on for some reason.
Yes, let me reattach his leg before we start getting him dressed. All right.
You do what you gotta do, right?
Yeah, so I'll take the medicine bag out, and which is cool because last time we were someplace, it's fresh. I haven't had to use it since. So it's got its 3 dust loads. So I'm going to use one on the first healing of the first wound and another one on the other one. So that gives me basically 2 dice per, thanks to a little to ease the pain. And then
Okay.
I am going to take an extra momentum on each one. So I'll have a total of 3 to go with.
Oh, we could always pour you a fine glass of turpentine if you want.
So
Yeah, that might help.
yep. So you just have to make one roll. You treat one injury plus one more for every momentum you spend.
Oh yes, gotcha. Okay then. Well, I'll take the 2 and the 1. We'll load right up, save some momentum for the folks. And I am something else. We'll do something else afterwards. Alrighty, go healing. So now the 2d20 I get from the bag, I put in bonus d20, right?
Right.
And 1 momentum, then we'll go.
That'll do.
It's an impressive array.
Yep. So treat one, spend a momentum to treat the other, and one goes into the pool.
Nice.
In the meantime, so yeah, that is a bad wound. Like that is like to the bone, requiring suture sort of wound. In the meantime, Ragnar, what are you doing with the prisoner?
I'm gonna make a game of it. I'm going to point back, towards the pass, and I'm all I'm gonna say in Asgardian. I hope he can. This is fun.
He will look at you confused, and then Berkey will kind of motion, and he'll kind of get the idea, and he will run on the off chance that he makes it.
And I'm simply gonna tell my entourage: first one to pick him off with their bows gets a gold.
Oh, someone got a good hit.
Actually, they should be rolling 3 dice. Yeah, so they fire. Berkey is the one that brings them down.
Try rolling. Oh, it's too
Ooh.
bad.
I'm just gonna flick Berkey a gold piece. Now that's how you hit a target, man. Or
Oh, maybe it's the new bowstring. Maybe it will do well.
could be getting used to the longbow from the hunting bow. Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, the arrows fly different.
Powerful though.
So yeah, you guys kind of police up, you gather some things you think might be sellable. Clytius, you like, those aren't worth anything. That's not worth anything. Oh, that's worth something.
Yeah, get the supplies loaded, get the captain his new pants once he gets doctored up.
So yeah, that leg is super tender and is going to be paining you for a while.
Okay. Any effect on my vigor or anything?
No, but your vigor will come back by the time you guys are done sorting everything out.
All right, Captain, take another slug of this. This is going to hurt.
He's probably got like an arrow between his teeth.
Yeah, we'll just hook the we'll hook the bottle of booze we got there up to an IV and we'll be good.
And you guys make your way towards the pass.
Yep.
Although the cool part is I can use that high-end alcohol to actually replenish medicine from the actual bag.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
go ahead. Please do.
Yeah, it's a D3, but nasal. But we don't need to do that right now because you never know. We might find civilization at some point.
Sounds very unlikely, but maybe.
Well, more importantly, I can also do it at the time, so I don't need to do it ahead of time. I can actually convert it, and then you use it from the medicine bag.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that a little ease to pain talent's quite nice.
It is.
So you make your way through this pass, and as you start to make your way through, I mean, it's been dark now for the better part of a week. You guys are used to like omnipresent darkness and night, but there's something just a little bit more heavy as you venture into Hyperborea. Like you notice that the stone that makes up the walls of this passage kind of goes from a granite into like a much darker stone, and it just adds to kind of the oppressive feel as you venture through this pass. As you enter into Hyperborea itself, the rocks that you see coming through the snow are again these kind of like dark gray or black stones. Everything just has this bleakness to it.
So you're saying is as bad as the other places have been, this is worse?
Yeah, there's like an oppressiveness in the air here in Hyperborea.
A center on something, perhaps.
And as you kind of make your way, quietly on your little ice boat, you do see kind of like clip-clopping towards the pass, off to your left, a horse with a like silent rider on it. The rider is slumped over the horse. Clytius, with your observation, you can see there are numerous arrows in the rider and in the horse, and you don't think you're pretty sure
either one of them is going to get very far.
You think the rider's probably already dead, and the horse is not long for this world.
Is it pulling something?
Nope, it's just it looks like somebody was fleeing or something and got shot by a bunch of arrows and did not.
Right.
Yeah.
Dead man riding ahead, Captain. Orders.
Let's go take a look.
Rider on.
Right. Trim those sails. Gentle starboard.
It's not hard to catch up to the horse. The horse is like barely clinging to life. And on the back, you do see there's a man. Looks like he's in maybe his mid-40s, pierced by many arrows, most of them in his back. And he's got like an iron collar around his neck with these two large rings on, very obviously a slaver collar.
Roy, is that horse ever going to make it? Or?
I really do not think so, but I'll have a check.
Well, if it's not, we should put it out of its misery.
Right. So I attempt to assess the horse's medical condition.
Hey, give me animal handling.
I knew you were going to say that. So I will look it over with my expert medical eye, not knowing animals from a hole in the wall, and I will make a roll.
Yeah, that horse is not going to make it.
Captain, the poor thing. Yeah, there's no chance. It can't recover from this or heal. The best we can do is alleviate its suffering. Ragnar?
Ragnar will perform out of its misery.
Okay.
Yeah.
Say
Please
a
make
few
it clean.
words under his breath, and his guardian just kind of like
Good moment for a prayer.
idle girl.
And yeah, the horse looks at you, and very, very briefly, there's this idea that maybe the horse, on some level, understands.
More pain.
Old Yeller.
Right, and who is carrying the horn?
Me.
So you can feel the slightly warm in your bag where you've stored the horn.
Sacrifice makes it stronger, maybe?
While they're doing that, Chris, I'm gonna see if I can get the collar off of this guy.
Okay. Yeah, it's not hard with like some tools and everything. It basically looks like it essentially like clamps around the neck and then just like a bolts it on. And then there's a couple of like eye hooks where you would attach chains.
Gotcha. I'll just knock the end of the bolt off and pull it out.
Okay.
There you go. You can die free, fella.
And Ragnar, when you look at the horn, you see like the intricate runes on it, the ones that Mimir said were a map of some sort.
Yeah.
They seem to be glowing ever so slightly. Enough for you to kind of figure out, kind of get some bearings, and you realize that this is a map to the Witch King's circle.
Huh.
Hmm.
Bring that to the attention of friends.
Or
Guys, I'm holding a map.
And you would guess. I mean, Mimir mentioned that it was probably a map. You would guess that as you get closer, it'll probably, basically, the closer you are to what you're trying to find, the stronger the map is.
warmer, colder.
Interesting. Clash, you find anything on that body?
I don't think so. Did I, Chris?
No. Judging from the rags and stuff he's in, you would guess that this poor soul probably just like got a chance to escape, grabbed a horse, and ran.
Yeah, that's what I figured. All right.
What race is he?
He would probably be Bruthunian. So kind of like a Germanic / look, like Caucasian folk.
Hey, Ragnar, if you hold it around like it's a compass and point it in different directions, does it light a little bit more for one over the other?
He's AFK.
We'll
try it anyway.
Yep. So yeah. So as it does work almost like a beacon. So yeah. So you can basically get bearings and kind of like bearings and distance off of it.
What's our distance?
You don't know. It seems to be like it wasn't doing anything at all while you were in Asgard, but now that you've crossed into Hyperborea, it is giving off some sort of resonance. So you would guess that, the closer you get to it, the stronger it will be, but you don't know what that actual distance is.
Well, I suppose we have a heading, if nothing else.
Aye, and folks who can navigate.
I've done more with less.
True.
Oh, yeah, it is true.
Well, let's see if we can find ourselves a Witch King.
Zuh. There's a bunch of them.
I don't think they know how kings work, but okay.
So you travel through, kind of like heading kind of southeasterly for several days, avoiding any sort of Hyperborean slavers or what slavers you can avoid. Skirting around like small farming villages, anything you can do to kind of like stay from getting noticed. But you do notice that it is a very kind of bleak landscape.
Oof.
Yeah.
Sounds like when you first travel into Quebec.
Yeah, it's a lot of like if you were traveling through like the Witcher version of northern Russia.
Gotcha.
So yeah, and
Or like Newark.
yeah,
Slaver, strip club, farm, slaver.
and you guys know, like, you guys all stand out here. You don't see like some of the other cities you've been in have been very metropolitan, where there would be people from different kingdoms and different city states and the like mingling together. You don't see anybody here that's not Hyperborean.
Unless they're around the collar.
Yes. It's entirely possible that like further to the south, there may be more intermingling. But the people here are fairly purebred. They're everybody that you see seems to be a little bit on the tall side, the tall or average tall side. They're
So
kind
maybe
of
more inbred.
oh, it's possible. They do appear vaguely like big boned, rough hewn sort of people. Definitely the sort of people that you expect to come from like a kind of harsh life. And the few people that you do interact with on the road and stuff like that are not even remotely friendly.
Right? Roll up the windows. Everybody keep your arms and legs in the vehicle.
They're
Just pretend we're driving through like some U.S. cities.
just a dour and like pessimistic people. You do manage to like snag some like clothes to fit in off of like clotheslines here and there, like woolen garments and leggings and like heavy cloaks. Enough to fit in, but you know well enough to not tempt fate.
Oh yes, avoiding people is a good idea.
Finally, after like 2 or 3 days of this kind of like edging around anything even remotely approaching civilization, you come to a stone circle, kind of like a Stonehenge, like standing stones. The map basically is as strong as it has been. And at the center of the circle is a pile of stacked wood and straw.
What do you make of this, Roy?
Aye, well, it's clear there's some sort of a wizarding circle, I'd say, sorceress in nature. So what would I know about this, Chris?
You would guess that this is probably. It doesn't seem to be a magical circle. There's no feeling of magic to it, but it would be a place where sorcerers would gather. So the hay and the wood and stuff is probably meant to signal.
Aye. Well, my best guess would be that the hay and the wood in the middle is for making a signal and fire. And that may be attracting the other ones who are out there going and going, oh, it's a signal fire, I must show up. Possibly a way to gain audience.
And we think these are the people that we want to speak with. Yeah.
Well, the horn seems to be at its brightest.
Well, let's make a fire.
I mean, the easiest way to find out was if Ragnarok were to walk in some different directions away from the circle, and if it starts to dim down a little bit, we'll know this is the epicenter.
Makes sense to me. More or less.
Right. I'll get out my survival kit and start making a fire.
Yeah, it catches quite easily, and the flames have a slight like greenish purple hue to them.
Oh, there.
And as it kind of like, kind of gets brighter and starts to throw off shadows, you see stepping out of the shadows around each of these standing stones, these tall, masculine figures wearing these like white, like plain white masks. Robes, no armor, no weapons. One of them is carrying a staff that it has like blue fire kind of glowing at the top of it.
This is dramatic.
But I think as the witchmen appear, I think we'll probably call it there since I need to go finish getting barbecue stuff ready.
Right.
Ready.
Well, that's
So
good.
Nice.
It seems like a dramatic enough place to end it.
Oh,
Yeah.
drama queens.
That's right. But everybody can have 150 XP. And
Sounds good.
then we will pick up here in a couple of weeks as we continue and you guys interact with the witch kings.
Which witch is which?
Which witch is which? I mean,
All right.
maybe they're good guy sorcerers. Who knows?
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a thing. Yeah.
I'm totally expecting that. These are like the wizened favorites, right?